Hey y'all, I'm about to put on my scarf. Let me pull this up. Put on my scarf and and get ready to discuss these books for next month. I'm really excited to read these books. I do like to read a lot of different minority group books. So a lot of different books about different minorities. I find it very interesting. So next month is Asian Pacific Islanders reading month. Well, May is this month. This month is. Lord, y'all, my hair is getting big. So this is what I do. So we will be discussing that. Lord, I did not do the best of job. You know, I just usually throw it on, honestly. We just work with what we got. My husband still loves me. So just getting unwinded. I don't know how many of you, when you get home, just got to take your clothes off. I cannot sit on my bed. I'm having all this acne. I cannot sit on my bed in outside clothes. I don't know. I have to get refreshed, and I I just can't do it. I will not sit on my bed. As a matter of fact, I can't do it. All right, let's dive into these books for the month of May. Lisa Foley, the guest list. I have a hardback. Laura Roberts for $8.99. And we also have Dear Debbie. Open. And okay, y'all. So once again, gotta turn that TV down some. Sorry. Once again, May is Asian Pacific Islanders month. Okay. And so we're very happy to be able to celebrate that with them. Oh, Lord. I'm trying to give y'all some light because it is rather dark here. Um, so I'm going to go through some of these books that I have gotten over these past few months that have Asian Pacific Islanders in there. So this one I got a half price books by Helen Hoang. The Heart Principle is a romance about a violinist who accidentally gets fame on YouTube, and her boyfriend announces he wants an open relationship, and she decides that if he wants an open relationship, that she does too. And so then she, meets somebody. So looking forward to that. I'm probably not going to read all of these books, but I will probably read half of them. This one is by, I believe, an Indian American woman. Yeah. By Nisha Sharma. And it says, the book is called, and I'm sorry, the library sticker is on there. The stickers and stuff, they don't bother me. I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to the book because I just like the words. I'm a fan of words, you guys. Tastes like Shakar, okay? And this is about this woman who goes to her friend's wedding, and she wants to take over her family's event planning, and she meets a gentleman, and it's a romance. So I've never had Shakar. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up and see if that's a food. But that's this kind of stuff that you can learn about other cultures by reading. So I look forward to reading this. This is by Nisha Sharma. Nisha, Nisha, because I know the library sticker kind of covers that. This book is by Celeste, and I cannot say her last name, Ng. She wrote Little Fires Everywhere, but this is Everything I Never Told You. And this is about a Chinese American family living in a 1970s town in Ohio. And I have child. So this is about parents that are putting it's about Chinese American culture and parents that are putting their hopes and dreams on their child. And I know that this is a common thing amongst immigrant families, like parents that come from another country, no matter where they come from. Like a lot of times they have those hopes and dreams and they're like, oh, well, if I was born here or if I was raised here, I would have done this, this, and that.
Can I make a sandwich?
You can eat a salad and a sandwich. And then you need to take a shower.
You should make this lettuce wrap thing. It has ham, pepperoni, and stuff in it, and then you lettuce wrap it. It's so good.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's so good. Dahlia gave me some. I was like, this is pretty good.
This is called Chlorine, and it's by Jade Song. Jade Song has also wrote for Teen Vogue and Electric Literature, but this is about Ren Yu, and she is a swimmer, and it also deals with like I want to say mystical characters. A lot of people who grew up around water, I don't know if any of you have grown up around water. There's a lot of fables and mystical stories that have to deal with water and creatures in the water, and so that's what that is about. You know, and so Renyu is a swimmer, and we will discover what happens to her as a result of all of these mystical creatures. Isn't that cover beautiful? It looks like a mermaid to me, but I thought mermaid came from Russia. I don't know where that, but I'm interested to read to learn more about the culture. Yes. It says Renyu is a fierce young woman who dreams of mermaids ever since she can remember. Dreams so vivid that the first touch of water in the swimming pool alters her life forever. Very interested. And it's very short. It's only 200 and some pages. So that's a good read. The Marriage Clock is the next book. I got this from the library. Okay, it is by Zara Renfren, and I don't know if, let me turn this light off and see if it's better for you guys. Yeah, Zara Renfren. No, Zara Rahim, by The Marriage Clock. And this is about a woman who's obviously trying to find a husband. You know, it's a Bollywood romance. So I'm very interested to read this, and you know, we shall see. And y'all, I did something that I normally do not do. I bought two of the same books. Reason being is because look, y'all see this? So when I read The Many Daughters of Afong Moy is what the book is called, by Jamie Ford. I don't know. I've never noticed that the paperback has a different color than they were both on the Jenna's um, book club, Jenna's book club. And so I picked up the books. So this is about a woman who, you know, has mental health struggles, and she does art. And then her daughter starts to have mental issues as well. And so she looks at, you know, family tragedy or traumas, inherited family traumas. And I think this is really good because I think this is really good. So we'll definitely get into the meat of this. I don't know which one I want to keep, but one thing I can say is I did buy these from Dollar Tree. And I noticed that when I was looking at the books that they have this line on them. Like any other ones I got from Dollar Tree. I got this one from Dollar Tree, and it doesn't have the line. But these two both have the line on them. I don't know if it's from where they're from. But I'm gonna put this one of these in the free library. It'll probably be this one. And I really like, hard books are really nice. They hold up for a long time. But I'm more of a paperback person because I don't want to have to carry around a big old book. I like to fold my book and, you know. And I also like to stick my book in my purse. So the hardback, I don't know about that. Let me look at the front of it and the side to see. Oh, it's just a blue and gold cover. I do like this teal color. That's one of my favorite colors. I don't know if you guys can see my curtains, and excuse the mess. But yeah, my curtains are teal. My bedspread is teal. My husband's like, why we got all this teal? But I like it. I like blue, teal, all that. So I'm looking forward to that. And I am glad because I often don't, like, I'll read a book and give it away, but I don't often have the choice of keeping it if I want it. There is a free little library. There's a little restaurant not far from me, and there's a free little library there. And then I started one at my job, so there's that one there. So if I don't like both of them, or if a book is not a 4 or better, I don't keep it. So once I read it, if it's not a 4 or better for me, then I give it to somebody else, or, you know, so that they can enjoy it. So if that's the case, then that's what I'll do with that. So yes. And then I did pick up a book from the library. So I don't know how to pronounce this name. It's Nghi, and Bo is the last name. Okay, this author has written, Miss Vo has written Siren Queen, The Chosen, and Beautiful. And she also has some novellas. There was like 3 or 4 novellas. And she wrote, the way I found out about her is I saw that she has a recent new release at the library. And so I was like, well, I don't want to just get her new release. Maybe I should have. Is this a series? This is a This is about, it's called The Brides of High Heel. It's very short. This will be the first one I read. I know that. And it's 114 pages. Very lightweight, very purse friendly. And it is about a young bride and her wedding. She's getting married to an aging ruler of a crumbling estate. Ooh, that sounds, just a picture of that. Like, what? Young bride, crumbling estate. I can just see it now. So, you know, it deals with that and, you know, his previous wives and stuff like that. So I'm very interested to read this. This was in the fantasy section of my library. My library now has a fantasy or a fantasy / romantasy section, and this was in that section. The cover is very interesting. Let me see if I can, where you can see it better. I don't know if that's a wolf. It looked like a wolf to me on the cover. But I said, oh, well, let me try her out because I've never read anything by her. So I'm very interested to see this. And I also see Sheena McGuire, which I read one of her books, or one of their books. And they their book was very good. And their book was small like this as well. So she did a blurb on the back. She says, gorgeous, cruel, and perfect. And then R.F. Kuang also gave a blurb in the back. A quiet, wrenching tale of resistance, resilience, and court intrigue. So I'm very interested in this. So I have these books. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go through which ones I'm going to read right now. I was looking for Lisa C. And I was also looking for Amy Tan at my library. The only thing I don't like about my library, I love my library. I really do. But it's not small, but it's not big by any means. So, which means that they tend to get rid of books that are older. And when I was at the Goodwill, I saw books by Lisa C. I really like her books. And I've never read any of Amy Tan's books. The only book they had by Amy Tan was, what's the one that was a movie? I forget. I can't think of the name of the movie, but the one that came out in the 90s. That's the only one they have by her. And then Lisa C, they didn't have any books by her on the shelf at all. And she's actually written some more books recently than Amy Tan. So I was like, you guys don't have any, you know. But what I can say is that for me as a reader, for me to go back and read a book, I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, I need to read to cry. And a lot of these books do make me feel just a lot of different emotions, like, ooh, you know. And so I don't buy them typically. I usually get them from the library or get them from Libby or something like that, or Kindle Unlimited. Because for me to go back and read a book, then the book, if I saw it for like $1 or $2, and I started to buy them when I saw them at, there were a whole bunch of books by them. I was like, no, I shouldn't get these because I know that I'm not going to read. I'll read them one time and then I'll give them away. I'm not going to read them again because it's not a trauma dump. It's like they're historic and they're also, well, most of them are historic or dealing with some part of the past. And then it's also dealing with the current a lot of times, but there's a journey taken by that person, a very character developed books. And so, um, the Joy Luck Club, that's what I think that book was. Yeah. And by Amy Tan, that's the only one they had. And so I was like, no, I won't get that book. I'm just going to go through the ones that I have at home. And I'm going to try to pick like 3 books from this pile and then go from there. I think Celeste might be another one that's like that because Little Fires Everywhere. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that was on. I haven't read that, but I did see it. It was on Hulu, and me and my husband we watched it, and it was just it has in a chokehold. So, I really want to be happy this month. I am currently reading. What am I currently reading? The Fourth Wing. I'm currently reading The Fourth Wing, you guys. It's really good. I'm almost done with it. And I'll probably start reading this one right here. And then after I read this, I'll go to something else. I don't like to read double books, 2 books at once. The only time I read or will do 2 books at once is if I do a biography. A biography. If I do a biography on Hoopla and then listen to it in the car, I can do that and read. But I like to focus, give my undivided attention to a book. So if I just said all of that to say, if it's something that if you don't know if you would buy it, you don't know if it's something that you would be interested in. These books. This is fantasy. This is I think sci-fi or fantasy. The Chlorine book. There's romance. There's contemporary fiction. There's so much going on here. I believe this right here is historical. So what I did was when I went to the library and I wanted to, get some Asian books, Asian Pacific Islander books, what I did was I just scanned the last names. Now, I may have missed out because this person is Asian. Okay. It says in here that is a great grandson. Jamie Ford is a great grandson of Nevada mining pioneer Min Chong, who emigrated from Hoping, China, to San Francisco in 1865, where he adopted the Western name Ford. A lot of people do change their names, but at least this gives, you can find authors, and you can go to the library, you can go to Libby, you can go to and a lot of times you can put in Libby what you're looking for, and it'll Chinese or Asian American or whatever, and it'll just come up with a whole list of books, and you can just pick something from that. But I think it's really important, especially in today's day and age, to learn about other cultures and be able to learn different people's customs, and it opens up the world to you. This world is big, and we live in the United States. Well, most of us live in the United States, and this is, a melting pot. All throughout the world, it's a melting pot. So it allows you to be more open when you learn more about people. So I hope you guys can find, at least one book to read from someone in that culture and learn more about, their fantasies, their history, their their mystical, pasts and whatever is in there, and dig in this month. And I'm going to come back to you guys with some more reviews in regards to what I plan when I start reading these books. I just put these two together. I know I'm doing this one. I gotta pick a romance. Probably this one. And, well, between these two, I'm gonna try to pick one from each category. That way, I can stick with it, right? So that's what I'll do. I'll pick one from each category and then I'll go from there. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week.